G'day, it's Peter here from Proven Energy. Today we're doing a little video to try and help you understand your solar monitoring system and how to get the best out of your solar production. So this will be really fun and interesting, I promise. If you look behind me on this screen, we've got a common dashboard. This is from Solar Analytics. So Solar Analytics is a specific solar monitoring system. Doesn't matter what inverter you have, it works on them all because it's separate. I'm using it as a bit of an impartial example. Most dashboards have the same information as what I'm going to go through here, which is your solar production. You can see this yellow here symbol, yellow, a colour like the sun, shows during the day how much solar power has been made. So that's going to be the same pretty much whether you have any inverter at all. If you have a monitoring system, even an inverter supplied and branded monitoring system, it should have this production output, and it should have a peak in the middle of the day, less in the mornings, more in the afternoons. It should be the same across the board. So this customer, they have more information. They have this purple zone down here, which when you can see it changes on this consumed line here as I drag across it, because this is their consumption of electricity while it's dark. There's no solar helping out the situation, so this is probably their fridge cycling in and out overnight. It's not a very big load. Maybe someone got up here and cooked some toast early. And then you can see in the afternoons to the evening, there's a lot more usage outside of solar hours once again. So most inverter systems need a smart meter to give you this information, because you need some way of measuring how much power you're using as well as how much power you're making. So the inverters tell the monitoring system how much power it's making, but you need a smart meter or a CT or whatever solution the inverter manufacturer has decided on to measure the power you use when the inverter's not turned on. Because the inverter will generally switch off at night time, or at least go into a power saving mode if it needs to stay on just to keep the smart meter going, for example. So then you can get this information which shows your peaks of power usage during the day. So if we zoom in here, because they've got Solar Analytics, they're able to actually measure loads more accurately. So you can see here this dark red colour. They've actually chosen to measure the hot water system. So they've got it on a timer, so that during the day, every day at, let's see what time they've got it set for, 10 a.m, 9:55, around 10 o'clock every morning it turns on. So whatever hot water they took out of the tank the night before, the following day when they've got plenty of spare sunshine, it's underneath this solar production curve. The hot water system comes on and it uses as much power as it needs to replace the energy it lost the night before. It looks like they've got the timer switched off for a period here and then on again here. So I'm guessing that this customer, they would sometimes think they might use a bit of power at this particular time. They probably notice that's a bit of a peak for their lifestyle on some days. So they've decided to just give the hot water another little top up a bit further on. But we'll just go through a few more days to show you how it changes day to day. So another day, you can see a bit of early morning load, sunrise here. So this brown, this lighter brown colour, that's solar power that's being directly used in the home. The yellow is solar power that's spare being sent back to the grid. So they've had solar right here from probably about 7 a.m, the first little bit of sun came out. Bear in mind this is the middle of winter. The winter solstice was only Monday or Tuesday, 3 days ago. So it's pretty much the shortest days of the year. The sun is coming up the latest it ever will, and setting very early. So this is an example of the worst case scenario of how much solar power you make from the system. And this customer still being able to have a lot of self-consumption by monitoring their system. So they've set their hot water system to be consistently a big part of their load every day of the week. But what else you can learn from this is, if you knew what it was that you turned on at 8 o'clock in the morning, you would actually learn how much power that appliance used. So if you're in the situation where, let's say you're a young family with children and one of you's maybe at home during the day looking after the bub, you could actually, throughout the day, put your appliances on at different times, stagger them throughout the day. You'll get to know what each appliance uses and try and put everything as accurately as you can underneath that solar curve. And that's your biggest savings. The more you can move from outside of your solar production to inside, that's where you save your money. Instead of getting paid in Ergon territory 7.84 cents per kilowatt that you produce back to them, and then buying it at 26 cents, you could be in effect saving 26 cents by using it yourself. Not always possible, obviously. You can't just turn the power off at night time, but whatever you can put to during the day, that's where you save money. That's the best savings. So that's pretty much it. I just thought I'd give that little brief rundown on how these graphs work and what they mean. They're all very similar to this. I'm going to try and do more videos on different applications so that it can be exact for all the different brands that we use in Proven Energy. Anyway, that's me. Thank you.